Came to win, to fight, to conquer, to thrive.
Going away from home can be a little bit scary, but it doesn't mean that you're a scaredy cat or that you're a little baby that you can't be away from home. In reality, it's very normal to be a little bit homesick. It doesn't matter how close you are or how far you are from home. It's going to happen. It's natural. But for me, I definitely did start feeling a little homesick more the second semester than I did the first semester. And honestly, to help you with that is if you live close, try to go home every once in a while. I'm not saying go home every weekend, but every once in a while, try to make a trip back down here. And honestly, if you're feeling homesick and you really just need to talk to somebody from home, call your parents, call your siblings, call somebody who motivated you in high school, any of your best friends from high school that you still keep in contact with. Those are the best ways to keep away from staying homesick. Also, joining any organizations that you can that are a part of your major. Those people are really going to become your family away from home. I personally joined many organizations and met some of my best friends in those organizations, and one of my best friends are actually in both of them that I've joined. And so definitely look for where you can fit in and people that are like you. Be friends with your roommates, and they're going to always be there for you as well. Don't make them your only friends, but make friends with them definitely. And keep in contact with people from here at home, whether it's teachers that you absolutely loved, whether it's parents, family members, sisters, siblings, anybody. Just keep in contact with them a little bit. It definitely help with you being homesick.
It was actually tough. I'm not gonna lie, I had to call my parents like every single day. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. It was a deal. But then at the same time, I still wanted to talk to them, see how they were doing down here in Brownsville. Uh, yeah, the only way I could overcome it was just keeping my mind occupied by other things like working out, playing basketball, just going out there, talking to people, just getting to know other people. Once you start making friends, you'll be able to ease into college a little bit more. Talking to your professors, talking to counselors that are there at school, it just made everything a lot easier for me. So that's
So it's been kind of observed that a lot of kids have trouble feeling like they belong at the campuses that they're at. For me, at first it was a little harder, but because I didn't want to go to that campus originally, I did want to go to College Station. But as I got into my orientation, I decided I would go to what is called Javelina Camp, which is a 1 week training where you get to meet new people from that are in your graduating class, and you get to make friends. And my group we're in packs because of the Javelinas travel in packs. And some of those people ended up being some of my really good friends even today. They are people that I remember and was able to go into different organizations with as well. And it was a really fun experience realizing that, it doesn't matter if this wasn't the school I originally wanted to go to. I did end up belonging there, just as any other student does. I found the place that I fit in well. I found people that complement or match my personality. And I realized that everybody their first year is going to feel scared. Everybody's going to feel like, oh goodness, college is not for me. But believe me, college is for everybody, and you just have to find where you're going to fit in. And it's going to take work on your behalf. You're going to have to go to organizations. You're going to have to be a little social. You're going to have to talk to your roommates. You're going to have to talk to people that you usually wouldn't. But it'll be a major surprise to realize how much you have in common with other people and realizing that you are where you belong. No matter where you're at in college, there's always a spot where you can belong to that school.
that you get, those feelings of belonging, that you're missing. Just get yourself involved. Take your time. I mean, take your mind off of just being homesick or you thinking that you don't belong there. Like you do belong there, and that's why you're there. That's why that university chose you to be in their school. You know, so just keep that in mind. Okay.
I've always had the feeling that college wasn't an option for me. I always knew that I had to go and I knew I had to complete it. Either it was because of expectations I had from my parents. I couldn't go and ignore college just because I would feel like it was betraying and throwing away everything that my parents have taught and given me. And honestly, I feel like I'm doing it for myself. Like, I want to better myself. I want to move on up. I don't want to be struggling like how my family used to in the past.
My decision to go to college was it was just it's a must, you know. Like my parents, both of them, they they didn't go to school, and so having them uh, just push me through high school and wanting the best for me, it was a must. So just to graduate and walking down that aisle through like high school and just remembering all the stuff that like my friends and we do together, and the many accomplishments that had happened throughout high school. Um, it just I just wanted to continue what I don't know, just what I was told to do, you know, and I wanted to all my life to be better than what my parents have had. Like they've had a rough life, but um, just watching them work hard and um, come from poverty, and to see them what they've built, and a great business that they've made. It's been tough, but that's why they want me to go to school.
Going into school was very scary. And especially when I was in engineering, I didn't feel very confident about my skills when I was in my classes. It took a lot of hard work and a lot of going to my teachers and networking to be able to feel a little bit more sure of myself as I was going on. But honestly, I didn't feel very sure of myself until I knew I was in the perfect major for me, which ended up being business management. In my business management courses, I didn't feel unsure of myself, at least not as much as I did in my engineering courses. And it was honestly doing what I loved and knowing something that I was passionate about that made me realize that I'm very sure of what I'm doing, and took away that feeling of being unsure that I was in at first. So picking the right major and sticking to it and feeling confident in it will definitely take away any feelings of unsure that you may have.
Different about high school versus college, I guess, is the people. And by people, I mean, I guess, just the maturity. Like when I was in high school, like whenever the topic about homosexuality came up, everyone would turn to me and act like if I were the poster boy for gay rights or anything like that. Like they were always turning to me and looking for my reaction and like looking to see if I was offended or if I was gonna pick up and start fighting with anything that was like said. So here in college, when I when homosexuality does come out, no one's looking to anyone. Like people just like nod their heads or like they'll state their opinion without inflicting it on someone like in high school. So that's what I like the most. Like I am not the target. I'm not treated as like the spokesperson for the gay community. So
I failed many times, especially in classes. Like my first midterm for my anatomy class was horrible. Like I didn't study enough. I was slacking, and especially in that class where you have to like learn about the body and all that stuff. It was really tough. I did fail my first midterm in that class, and it hurt me, you know, because I had studied, I had studied, but the way that I was studying was not working. I don't know what I had to do in order to pick that grade up, because I was borderline CF, the 60, 70 right there, mid range. But I couldn't allow myself to get an F. I could not fail that class, because if not, I would have not been able to get into the program that I really wanted to get into, which was the athletic training program. What I did um, to better my grade in that class was just talk to the professor, talk to him. It lets them know that you really care about your grades, that you really are invested in bettering your education.